China and the US top diplomats will meet this afternoon in the latest sign of a possible thaw in relations. Wang and Antony Blinken will hold talks on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit in Indonesia. Our Asia correspondent Brent O'Halloran joins us live from Taipei. So Brent, what's the significance of this meeting?
Well, Tom, these are, of course, senior officials from the world's two largest economies, which itself is significant. But the timing is arguably the most noteworthy element here. This will be the second time in 2 months Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Central Foreign Affairs Commission Director Wang meet. It follows the discussions in Beijing, and it also comes less than 4 days since the US Treasury Secretary wrapped up a 4-day visit to China. And it's 3 days before the US climate envoy John Kerry begins his Beijing trip. So today's meeting, it speaks to a trend of increased communication between the US and China, which of course haven't enjoyed the most friendly of relations in recent months, Tom.
Yeah, so what do you think they will be discussing today?
Well, neither side has given specifics or an agenda. They're in Jakarta, where they're of course attending the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit. So you might expect some discussion around their nation's respective military activity in that region. China has expressed concern about the US increasing its presence in Southeast and East Asia, adding more military bases and conducting spy plane flights along China's coast. While a US State Department official recently said the US wants to be more active in Southeast Asia due to, quote, an upward trend of unhelpful and coercive Chinese actions, unquote. So there might be some discussion also about reconnecting military-to-military communication channels, maybe even talk to lay the groundwork for a Biden-Xi summit later this year. So, Tom, there are, of course, a lot of grievances on both sides in many respects. A lot of things could be discussed this afternoon, but the fact that Antony Blinken and Wang are meeting is seen as a positive development, Tom.